Kareem Hilton reporting live in New York from the Artist Summit. Introduce yourself to the viewers of MUA
My
TV.
name's Cindy Gardner. I'm the Vice President of Local 798, which is the Makeup Artists and Hairstylists Union in New York, and the whole East Coast, actually.
And you're here at the Artist Summit for 1 day or 2 days?
I'm here today and tomorrow.
Okay.
Tomorrow I'm teaching a seminar on breaking down a script.
Okay.
And then I'm on a panel called Changing Industry with some other people.
Now you're talking about
In a
maybe
changing
going
industry.
from being a bank teller to getting into makeup? Is that what you mean by changing industry?
No, opportunities for makeup artists at different venues.
Okay.
Thinking outside of the box.
Alrighty.
How can you make yourself more marketable? What's the industry going to look like in the future?
Cool.
Of course, we're guessing because we don't know, but that's what makes it exciting.
Okay. And how long have you been doing makeup?
28 years.
28 years.
Since I was 2.
I was gonna say I don't know how you were doing it when you were inside your mom, right? When you were, yeah. There you go.
Yes.
No, what was the moment that made you decide that this is what you wanted to do for a living?
I didn't have an aha moment like that. I was a dancer, and I hurt myself, and I had been doing makeup in a salon makeovers just to support myself.
Okay.
But I didn't think of it as work.
Right.
So I thought I had to go get a real job, and someone said to me, "You've been doing makeup. Why don't you keep doing makeup?" And I went, "Oh." So it didn't dawn on me. I had to be told that it was work.
Well, and if you can pay your rent in New York by doing makeup, that's a pretty good gig.
That's what I was doing. Yes.
So kind of like Misty May on Dancing with the Stars, you got injured while doing your
Exactly.
1-2, but you had the volleyball or the makeup to fall back on. And
So I picked a career that was only slightly less competitive than dancing.
oh, okay, well I don't know. There's a lot of up and coming makeup artists.
A lot
that are
of
here.
wonderful makeup people, a lot of talented makeup people. One of the things I do as a freelancer is substitute teach at Makeup Designery.
Okay.
And I'm always surprised when somebody who's barely picked up a brush does something amazing.
Yeah.
Just because they have an innate talent. So it's really inspiring to be around new people.
Well, that was gonna. Isn't it really cool that you can teach, and 28 years later you're still learning?
Absolutely.
This is a line of work that you're constantly evolving.
Absolutely, and I'm so grateful that I didn't get bitter. It could have gone another way.
Well, it could have, but maybe we'll see your dance steps a little later on after you get done teaching.
Probably not today.
It's a 2-day event, guys. Keep your fingers crossed. Maybe
Anything
tomorrow.
could happen.
Right.
Thank
you
you
so much. Okay, we've done a pretty good job of tracking down all of the superstar makeup artists that you've been wanting to see. I think I've got 1, maybe 2 on my list. I've been saving the best for last. The Kate best for last, to be completely honest with you. So she's doing a little shopping, so we're gonna is that oh no, you heard your name. No, we're happy that you were able to join us for the event.
Yeah, absolutely. It was it's always a pleasure, always be here for Michael and help him. We've known each other for so long, so even though I'm head of department for Ugly Betty and happily in a 75-hour week, I showed up for Michael.
Well, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
No, you're not here for both days, right? Just today?
Just today. Actually, just today. I'm going to visit tomorrow and shop, but just today, yeah. Just did my seminar today.
The irony that a woman as beautiful as this works for Ugly Betty. Come on now, how do you manage?
Well, they're all beautiful as well. That's the, that's the whole point.
But what's it like, honestly? I mean, to have a show that hot with celebrities that high profile. I mean,
it's wonderful. I did the pilot, Vanessa Williams, who I share with Sam Fine. I've been her personal makeup artist for the last 15 years.
Okay.
And she said, come and do this pilot with me. It'll never get picked up. Don't worry about it. Because we're freelance.
Right.
We don't work every day. So I said, okay. And then a few months later, she said, do you want the good news or the bad news? The good news is picked up. The bad news is you'll be working all day and we're moving to LA. So we uprooted and we moved to LA for 2 years. And we're just back now. We've been back for 3 or 4 months at Silver Cup East, trying to settle back in. And it's very hard work getting into the groove again, but I think the show finally looks pulled together the way we all envisioned it, with Pat Fields, doing the clothes, and Susie doing the hair, and myself and my team doing the makeup, and I think I'm very proud of us all. I think it looks wonderful now. Yeah.
Take us back to the day when you decided that this was going to be the career for you.
Oh my goodness. That was when I was modeling, and I was always fixing my own makeup, and everybody else was always asking me to tweak them because they didn't like how they were done. And somehow between that it overlapped into being asked to do it. It was never really a plan. I was an artist first, and I went to art school, and then somehow just found my way painting faces instead of canvas.
Well, when you're a creative spirit, you're creative anyway,
yeah,
right?
Yeah,
So.
multi-dimensional, and that was a very, very long time ago because I actually celebrated my 50th birthday on the 7th.
Here. Yeah, right.
So I've been doing it for more than 30 years, which is a little disconcerting. Yeah. So
when you first started,
trying to get used to saying that out loud is, believe me, it's a tough one.
You think so?
It's just strange. I don't mind. It's just strange.
You can be however old you want as long as you still look like you're 21, right?
Hell yeah.
And you still party like you're 21. That's all that
I don't know
counts,
about that part, but we'll see tonight. We'll find out tonight.
It's a Columbus Day. A lot of people have the day off tomorrow.
Yeah, and Michael's got the party, the celebration, his 5-year celebration, so we'll be celebrating with him too.
Okay, well, we look forward to seeing you a little bit later
Thank you.
on.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank
for your
you.
time.
It's a pleasure.
Okay, so your Makeup Mania,
Which is the store.
that's the store. That's based in New York?
Yes.
Okay.
Lower East Side of Manhattan.
And you are
This is Cosmoholic.
Cosmoholic.
I created Cosmoholic.
Okay.
And it's sold at Makeup Mania.
I get it.
So I'm here today helping get the name out, pushing it.
So how was this union formed? Were you guys did you stumble across each other at the Starbucks or?
No, I'm a makeup artist.
Right.
And I've heard of Makeup Mania.
Right.
And I have a great product. And I called them up.
So you contacted.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I said, you want to sell my product? And she said yes. And
Cool.
now it's sold here.
So what is it about Cosmoholic that made you believe in allowing them to, that you thought you could actually move it? You know?
I'm actually not the owner, so I wasn't the decision maker.
Okay.
But it's because it's a 3-in-1 lip gloss. It's a lipstick that is a lip gloss and a lip balm, and everybody wants a non-stick lip gloss.
Okay. Now, are you guys wearing the 3-in-1 right now?
Yep.
Both of you?
Yep.
I think I'm 0 for 3 right now. I could probably use it.
I think Gold Digger.
I could probably use it. Gold Digger. Wow. So are you guys going to be here both days or?
I will be here both days. She's here for
I'm just
today.
here today.
Okay. And what is it about the Artist Summit that made you want to come here and kind of pitch your company?
Just to present some of the products that we carry and to get our name out there.
Okay.
We're in the Lower East Side, and there's not that many makeup stores out there. So trying to show everybody we're here.
Is there a website that maybe someone can find your stuff?
Just makeupmania.com.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
We're here at the Artist Summit, downtown New York City, and I'm standing in front of the Linda Mason booth. Am I correct?
Yes, you're correct.
Now, explain to me, and those of us who do not know exactly what the Linda Mason booth is for.
The Linda Mason booth actually is for working makeup artists and individuals that have a passion for art. She hand paints portraits and clothing, as well as has her own cosmetic line and has an inner drive to teach and help students to achieve their most desired,
So it's mostly instructional then, or?
It's everything. She's everything in one.
Oh, wow.
She's everything in one. She has her own cosmetic line. She's a mentor.
Okay.
She's a clothing designer. She's everything.
Where is she? I got to meet this Linda Mason.
She's actually in the back setting up for a seminar she's going to be doing. She's going to be teaching a seminar
Fantastic.
at 11:30.
Well, how did she get you to help out in the event today?
Actually, I was a student. She
Okay.
likes taking her students on and, you know, taking them under her wing and pushing them forward.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So how long have you been professional now?
2 years.
And do you have any regrets about getting into this line of work?
Absolutely not.
What is it that triggered you to decide to even go to school in the first place for makeup?
I've loved it since I was a little girl.
Okay. So it's something that you always knew you
Yeah,
wanted to
I
do.
always loved it.
Fantastic. What is it that you saw in this particular student that made you want to take her underneath your wing and kind of help her grow?
I think her focus, her willingness to listen and to try again, a perfectionist. She's a perfectionist.
Okay.
And dedication and dependability. She's got a lot of great qualities.
So those are all things that you would suggest the viewers of MUA TV, those aspiring makeup artists and those professionals.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And how long have you been doing makeup?
Also, she's somebody who realizes that it doesn't happen too fast. It is something, it's a process, and it's a learning process, and she's wanted to continue on looking to learn, which is very important. For people who aren't able to take classes, I also have 2 great books out. I mean, I have more than 2, but this one I wrote specifically as a handbook for would-be makeup artists.
Okay.
I use it for the classes. This is Makeup, the Art of Beauty. And then I have Eye Candy, which is out this year, in the spring of this year, which actually showcases some of the work of my students. Kelly has a few pages in there too. So this is, because it's a sort of a recipe book for eye makeups, then I was able to do that with my students.
Those look like great stocking stuffers for the holiday season.
I know.
Well, thank you so much for giving us just some of the best 2 minutes I've ever spent. Linda Mason, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
I'm Michelle Villaluz with Stila Cosmetics.
And how long have you been in makeup?
Oh gosh, let's see, 20-something years.
Okay, cool. Yeah. What is it that made you decide that this is what you wanted to do?
Well, let's see.
For a living.
For a living.
Because a lot of young people are like, oh, this is fun, dress up.
I get the high off of making people feel good and beautifying them, enhancing their beauty.
Okay. The last part was what was key. Right. Because there's a lot of ways you can make people feel good, whether it be through music, whether it be preparing food or whatever. But she says through beautifying them.
Beautifying and enhancing. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Do you use Stila products on yourself?
Of course.
I won't tell the boss. I promise I won't.
My whole face is Stila.
Your whole face is Stila. There's a difference.
Of course.
Okay. How long have you been with this company?
Stila Cosmetics, about 6 years.
Okay.
Yes.
And
Sarah here has been, and Viviana has been with the company since the beginning.
So it's been a rewarding career in more ways than one.
Correct.
For those that are aspiring to become makeup artists, is there one thing that you can pass along to them that they can take with them?
Never stop learning. Always take on a new challenge that a makeup artist may present to you.
Okay.
Never go around thinking that you know it all. Every day you're always going to be growing as a makeup artist.
That's a pretty good life lesson, I would think, in general. No?
Absolutely. Yeah.
And networking is always cool too, right?
Very much so.
Functions like this.
Absolutely. And you get to know your other fellow partners here. So yeah, this is a really good way to just kind of mingle and get to know everybody.
And you guys are here for both days?
Correct.
All right.
The 3 things you'll walk away from the Stila lecture at noon. You will learn about the brand.
Okay.
And what makes Stila so special.
Okay.
You will also learn 2 to 3 key fall 08 fashion runway looks that we just did at New York Fashion Week.
Okay.
Using all of our different products. So it's about multi-use products, incorporating Stila to your kit.
Okay.
Because makeup artists, I know you don't have to be loyal to one brand, and we love to play well with other brands. So just getting them exposed exposure for us and tips and tricks how to use it.
I would think that would be very important.
Yeah.
Because like you said, no kit is exclusive, right?
Right. You know, there's something for everybody, and I know as a representative for Stila and a spokesperson for the brand, 99% of my kit is Stila, but I'm shopping here and picking up my favorites as well, and I think it's important to really expand and have everything available for your clients.
Taking advantage of the discount here too, right?
Absolutely.
I've
Why
seen
not?
some things that are 40% off, some things that are 80% off.
Yeah.
Heck, we even got a free sample of a brush guard. Where is my brush guard?
Well, here's mine. You can try mine.
No, it's funny because like the brush guard, she was mentioning that they come very, very small and that they protect the life of the brush.
Right. It's genius. So, you know, especially if your brush is at the bottom of your bag, sometimes it spreads out and it keeps it intact. And brushes are an investment. So, I mean, whether it's Stila or another brand, you want to keep them in really good shape.
But how cool is that to like get to interact with the people who introduce that to the market here, and you're like, whoa, so you guys are the ones that do that.
I know. It's really a great place to be and a great venue to meet like the creators of the line and also people that work and know the brand so well.
Cool.
And Stila, you know, we're such a huge supporter of pro makeup artists in the industry. We're offering 40% off discount cards to anyone who's a makeup artist.
Cool.
So they can sign up here and order online, you know, if they don't live in LA where they can buy it. Cool. So it's good.
So you guys are based on the West
in
Coast?
Los Angeles. Yeah.
Cool. Well, thanks. We look forward to seeing your
nice
lecture.
meeting with you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Alrighty, ladies.
Thank you.
Well, why don't you introduce yourself to the viewers?
Hi viewers, I am Kevin James Bennett, and I am the Director of Artistry and Development for Makeup Forever. I've been a makeup artist for 20 more years, primarily working in film and television. I spent 9 years working on 2 daytime dramas, as we call them now. We don't call them soaps anymore because it's just, I don't know why they don't call them soaps anymore. But was very fortunate to, in that time, garner 4 nominations and 2 Emmy Awards.
Wow.
Which actually gives me some cred, so people actually invite me to these gigs to talk to people and give them all kinds of information.
Now, you mentioned the daytime dramas and the accolades that come with it. Where do you see that line of programming heading with the emergence of reality TV? Do you see the daytime dramas fading out the way some of the primetime series have?
Kareem, do you want me to be controversial? Do you want me to say something that's negative?
No, not at all. I mean, you see a lot of the...
To be quite honest, the genre took a huge hit during the OJ trials because they were off air for 8 or 9 months during those trials, and people just lost interest and they never really came back. You're looking at a genre where the #1 rated show had 10.5 million viewers a day, and now they're still #1, but they have 3.8 million.
Yeah, a fraction of that.
Within 10 years. So I mean, it's kind of, you see where it's going now. Reality shows, yeah, they're cheap to produce and everything, but you know what? We want a little bit of escapism every now and then too. So it's nice to watch, you know, as our parents call them, I'm watching my stories.
Well, the daytime dramas provided opportunities for makeup artists like yourself to go in there and work. Do you see the same thing with the reality shows?
Actually, I spent quite a few years working on reality shows too after I left. They're not as real as you think they are. We do go in there and do some work on these people, and it's not just America's Next Top Model or anything like that. Many of the shows, I mean, people just don't look their best on camera.
Okay.
With nothing on and no powder. So unless it's a hardcore, like a Survivor or something like that.
Yeah, probably not gonna be.
I mean, guys, think about it. Look at Big Brother. I mean, I watch Big Brother.
Okay.
Have you ever noticed, like, when they have, like, the eviction night, everybody's hair is perfect, everybody's makeup looks great, everybody looks really good. It's like, you know darn well that
even with the night cam, it seems like they're still
really,
made up.
everybody's looking good. So it's like, yeah, How real is reality? Very real.
Now you mentioned, I mentioned the night cam. Earlier we were talking about the emergence of the HD cameras. And today you did an intensive, basically addressing, the future of the makeup industry as it relates to the HD cameras coming into effect.
Yeah, I'm kind of not sure who's more terrified, the talent or the makeup artist, because you're looking at, in its most native format, and this is already becoming obsolete, a camera that sees 6 times closer than the human eye.
Wow.
So if you could see it with your naked eye, it's glaring on an HD camera. Now we have the advent of even newer technology with Sony Red, which sees 4 times, not sees 4 times closer, actually gathers 4 times more digital information, which allows you to take that digital picture and blow it up to the size of a building.
Oh, man.
Or the size of a wall or whatever. I mean, but it's kind of daunting when you think about the fact that you can see a pore that is 12 foot in diameter.
Now, if the makeup artists are terrified of that, as well as the talent, what would be the advantage of being able to do something like that?
Well, I mean, the makeup artists are terrified of it because the thing is, you can't be a lazy makeup artist.
Okay.
You've got to be. What's actually going to happen is it's going to cull the good from the bad.
Which might be a good thing then.
Which is actually, I feel, is important, because in our industry, a lot of people get a little complacent and they slide by. And basically, this genre is going to turn it around, and it's like, you're going to have to perform every day. I basically, on my worst day, go into work at 190%. On my good days, I'm in at 500. Because you know what? You have me here to do a job, and it's the job that I love to do. So if you love what you do and somebody's actually paying you to do it,
then it shouldn't feel like a job.
I mean, there's absolutely no reason to not give it everything. So in HD, the situation is, we've got to be much more careful. We've got to be cleaner. We've got to be more cognizant of the fact that you can't have sloppy lines. You can't miss the blending. A lot of makeup artists are worried about the fact that, I don't know how to airbrush. You don't even have to just airbrush. Airbrush is one of the tools that's in the arsenal for HD, but it's not the only one. You could do hand-applied makeup that is HD credible, which is what I was training upstairs in my seminar. I was just teaching. It was like, there are tips and tricks, and there are products to use and ways to do makeup that is totally credible in HD, and you don't necessarily have to have an airbrush with you, because there's a lot of times you don't. How many times I've been in a makeup trailer and it was tight quarters and they don't want me spraying stuff.
Right.
Or I'm out on location somewhere and I don't have access to power. Where am I plugging in my airbrush? So it's not going to change the fact that I still have to have HD compliant makeup. I've got to learn a way to make this work. So.
Now, for those of us that were not able to be upstairs, you mentioned the airbrush. What are 1 or 2 more things that maybe the viewers can take away from your workshop?
Do I get to do blatant plug?
Come on now.
Make It Forever.
Right.
Has actually
here we go.
Actually, what the thing is, Make It Forever as a company has basically always been about creating products for professional artists. It has never been a company that has made products for the consumer. We continue to do that. So our newest launch of products, or our newest group or collection of products, are HD products. Not because, think about it, we're not making HD products for somebody on the street. The industry, the makeup artists in the industry have been calling for hand-applied makeup products that are credible in HD, that actually have coverage. See, a lot of people are coming out with quote-unquote HD products that basically have all the pigment pulled out, so yeah, it's compliant because there's nothing there. The nice folks in the laboratories at Make Up Forever have actually come up with a foundation that gives unbelievable coverage, but is totally invisible or indiscernible to the HD camera. Huge. Huge, huge, huge.
Well, you already mentioned that the separation between the talented people who are working hard and the age of the HD versus those who are kind of slacking. To be able to have those extra tools and resources to be able to kind of put you up on the upper, could be the difference between getting a job and not getting a job, or even keeping the job that you have. So
totally. It's very interesting to me because we launched these products, we pre-launched them. We introduced them at the makeup show in Miami last year. There were not even products there to buy, just the samples for makeup artists to test. I won't give you a physical dollar amount, but the pre-orders were out of control. It was off the hook. We came back after the show and went through the orders for pre-order of a product that they couldn't take with them. Now, mind you, makeup artists like myself, we are into instant gratification. We see something, we want it. If we don't get it, we've got enough makeup at home, we forget about it. These people ordered ridiculous amounts of this product because they looked at what it looked like. We actually demoed it with a very expensive high-definition camera with a 52-inch monitor, and they were actually able to see us do a half face on people that were walking by. We did not even use models. We actually used people that were walking the trade show floor. And the difference was so startling and so visible that they were like, gotta have that. And at this point now, there are so many people in the industry using this foundation. We're just slowly realizing how many shows are using this product now because people are calling me up and saying, oh, by the way, I've been using your HD product. And I'm like, Makeup Forever is the luxury professional brand. We have ridiculously high levels of pigment. We make very amazing water-resistant, waterproof, long-lasting products. We address all areas of the media. We do not do fashion makeup. Not just in fashion makeup artists. I mean, I used to do print work too. But the thing is, in a photo studio with a still photograph, I can go grind up some coffee and make an eyeshadow if I need it. I can make do with something for one still shot. In the other mediums, on stage, on film, in television, in music videos, these people are walking and talking, singing, dancing. The makeup's got to stay in place, sometimes for anywhere from 8 to 18 hours. You need very high quality, very densely pigmented, very long-lasting products. I've been using Makeup Forever products professionally for 13 years. I've been with the company only a year. I strongly believe in the products and I've been using them. As far as pricing, considering the amount of pigment and the actual formulations and how long they last, you're actually getting more for your dollar than you would buying a cheaper product that has less pigment, you know, less coverage, less longevity. So I have stuff at home that I bought 10 years ago, powder products that I'm still using. I can't even get through them. So kind
of like the way a Lexus is a Lexus and a Benz is a Benz. You pay the extra, but it's well worth it and it lasts a little longer.
And the other thing is, if you think about it, if these products, and particularly HD products, look that good to a camera that can see up to 6 times closer than the human eye, how's it going to look on the street? So those women that are buying this foundation in a Sephora store are guaranteed that in broad daylight, they're going to look better than their girlfriend because they're wearing the foundation that stands up to an HD camera. So.
Okay, well,
it's all good.
Apparently. So you got a good response today in your workshop?
They were wonderful. They asked lots of hard questions. I love that. It makes me work harder. It makes me think. You know, and it's the true sign of a working makeup artist or a good makeup artist. You make mistakes. So everybody's going to be making a lot of mistakes moving into this new medium because it's uncharted territory right now. We're all going to be learning. It's all a learning curve. And the makeup artists that are going to do the best are the makeup artists that are not afraid to try new techniques, try new products, try new ways of doing things, and make mistakes.
Well, the sooner they make the mistakes, the sooner they can learn from them, then they have that much more of an advantage as opposed to those that are still leery of taking that step outside of the box. So
I make enough mistakes for all of them. And then I teach them from it.
Well, I'm glad you took some time out for us today, and we look forward to seeing you around
Wonderful
day number 2.
Wonderful playing together, Corinne.